Hello YouTube, this is Dragonclaw here. I'm the Grass Fire Gym Leader over at rPokemonLeagueDS, and here to bring you another battle. This is against Alidsl, Alidsl, however you choose to pronounce his name. I don't know. But anywho, looking at his team, I see the Politoed. I know we're going to have a bit of a weather war going on between it and my Ninetales. He's got a couple strong guys. I know for the Darmanitan is pretty scary. His Jellicent and Politoed are very bulky. Pretty solid mix of a team he's got. And so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into this. Leave it as a surprise. Not going to spoil it for you guys. So he leads with his Darmanitan, kind of what I was expecting, which is why I didn't lead with Ninetales in the beginning. You know, you always want to save your weather inducers for last. Well, not for last, but for key moments. And he just goes straight for a U-turn. I wasn't really expecting this, but he does crit, and it does bring me down to 18. So I guess the crit didn't really matter too much in the end. But I go ahead and went for the Spore, you know, as Quaid always said before with Breelooms, is I'm pretty much going to put one of your guys to sleep. That's almost a guarantee. So he goes and withdraws it right away, and I kind of predicted that, but at the same time was just kind of going for it just to be sure. I went for a low sweep, and it's the strongest move I've got on him. 60 power, so it's powered up by a Technician, and it lowers his speed as a nice little bonus. He beats out my Mach Punch with an extreme speed. I was kind of expecting that, but hey, it happens. Breeloom did his job. And now out comes Chandelure, and this time it is going to most definitely outspeed Dragonite, and going to hit it very hard with a hidden power. And Chandelure has his revenge against Dragonites. Then out comes his Darmanitan. Pretty scary. I'm expecting the Rock move. I know he's got Rock Slide for sure. Sheer Force, Life Orb. You know, those always hurt. But he actually goes for the Earthquake. And either way, it still doesn't hurt me too much. Not really worried at this point. Sort of predicting the switch. I went for a Giga Drain, and it worked out amazingly. This Politoed is not going to appreciate that. Ludicolo, however, is going to appreciate that a lot. Free health is always a bonus. Heals off Life Orb damage, the Earthquake that I just had. I go ahead and go for the Giga Drain again, just because I know it would finish off the Politoed. It's not going to be very effective against his Darmanitan, however, it does do a pretty significant amount. I went ahead and just went for the Sunny Day, just to give me the advantage again, because I was actually expecting him to kill me, and then I could bring in my counter that would work well under the sun, probably Sawsbuck. But look at that, I managed to survive with 4 HP. He sends out his own Breeloom again. And so I go for the Hidden Power. This is Hidden Power Fire under the sun, so it's going to hurt a lot. It's enough to activate his Focus Sash, and it's enough to Life Orb me to death. So good job, Ludicolo. And so now I send in my perfect Breeloom counter, the Totem, Exatu. And I go ahead and go for my trick, because why not? So now he's Scarfed, and I have a Focus Sash at full health. He goes for his Spore though, so I basically spored him again. So this Breloom went straight back to sleep. So he sends in his Darmanitan again. I went for the Psychic. It would definitely kill the Breloom, and it would hurt basically anything he had coming in. He goes for the U-turn again. I guess he was possibly expecting me to switch, but I was fairly confident that I was going to survive anything he had at this point, because Totem here is very defensive. Meanwhile, I go for the Psychic. It's not enough to kill his Politoed, but it's enough to do a decent amount. He knows that it would kill him if he stayed in, so he sends out his Al Capone Jelly Sense. Now this guy I was pretty worried about, but at the same time I have a key shot right here, and I decided to go for it. And so I end up tricking because it's fun, and because I know he's very tanky, and he's not going to appreciate getting his leftovers taken away, and now he has a useless Focus Sash. The Scald was not enough to kill me, so I go ahead and switch out, go into my own Ninetales, bring the Sun back. I'm especially defensive, and now that the Sun is out, the Scald will be weakened, so I know I can stand a hit or two. And see, that was a crit, so it did less than half, barely, as a crit. So I'm very confident that I can stay in with whatever I got. Expecting the Solar Beam, he switches out to Politoed to activate the Rain, but I went for the Will-O-Wisp just because it was a free Will-O-Wisp, and on the possibility that he would switch, I would catch whatever was coming in, but I missed. Not too big of a deal though. I mean, sure, it's a little unfortunate, but I'm just going to hit him straight with an Energy Ball. It's enough to kill him, so as far as I'm concerned, this Weather War is won, because his Politoed goes down. He sends in his Darmanitan again. Me expecting a Rock move, or possibly the Earthquake again, I switch back into Totem. He does go for the Rocks, however, so I do end up falling, but Totem did his job. Very, very key player there. Helped a lot. But right now the Sun is a lot more important. So now that I have the Sun back under my control, and it's going to remain there for the rest of the match. He's stuck in the Rock Slide, so I switch out into Sawsbuck, because I know for sure that unless he gets like some crazy crit or something, I'm going to be able to survive it. So he switches back out into his Breloom. I go for the sure thing and went for the Nature Power, which turns into Earthquake, because nobody on his team was going to appreciate it. He uses his Breloom as fodder, which is a pretty good move. Probably scout out what I'm going to do. He sends in his Cloyster. Now, I'm a little worried at this point, because I just go straight for the Horn Leech. I know Cloysters are very defensive. Wasn't sure if this was going to kill him or not. It did not. So if he would have just gone for an attack right here, I'd probably be done for. But he goes for the Shell Smash. And now Shell Smash, as you guys probably know, raises his speed by 2 stages. However, Chlorophyll under the Sun doubles my speed. So we both have essentially the same speed modifiers. My speed is doubled and his speed is doubled. But my base is still faster. So Sawsbuck still manages to go first, and I'm able to 2-hit KO him, which is very nice. Gets that Cloyster right out of the way. He switches back into his Jelly Scent. I go ahead and go for the Horn Leech. And he goes down. It was awesome, because now I'm back up. That completely healed me via Horn Leech. So now Sawsbuck is going strong. And I'm able to just use a Nature Power, turn it into Earthquake, and finish his Darmanitan, and finish the match. Pretty solid match. I was satisfied with how I performed. It was a good match by Alidsl. He played well. If you guys are interested in challenging the league, then head on over to rPokemonLeagueDS. You can find me in the chat section. We'll help you build teams or do whatever you guys want to do. If you just want to chat, that's fun too. Anyway, this is Dragonclaw signing off.